This story is called The Doll in the Storage Room. When I was younger, I'd go to visit my grandparents all the time. They lived in a one-floor house with an unfinished basement. I never liked it down there. It felt small for a big basement. There was a little door down there that was for storage, and I always got a horrible feeling when going close to it. And let me add that this was a newer house. It was only about 6 years old. Now, during the time I was about 7, I felt so uncomfortable going down there. Even when I was with someone, I didn't like it. I remember going down there with my grandma to help with something. She had to run upstairs because someone rang the doorbell. She said she would be right back, even though she knew how I felt about being alone down there. But I nodded and said okay. She was gone and I was alone, and I started to get a bad feeling in the pit of my stomach. I didn't move, and I didn't want to. Even though the lights were on. Now, this is where everything started happening, and it still gives me chills, but even though the lights were on, it still had an unsettling feeling. The lights started to flicker, and I started to hear noises and what sounded like talking. And it was not coming from upstairs, but in the storage room. I heard someone say my name, and I'm telling you, this part freaks me out the most. Every time I go back to this in my memory, I start to shake. The voice sounded like my grandma, and I was confused as hell. How am I hearing her when she's all the way upstairs? I didn't want to move, but me being the curious one that I am, I started moving towards the storage room door. The closer I got, the worse the bad feeling came in the pit of my stomach. When I got to the door, the lights turned off in the basement. I wanted to run upstairs and hide, go home somewhere that wasn't the basement. But I heard my name again, for the second time. My grandma's voice, asking me to open the door to help her. What was I supposed to do? So I did, and I regret it. I couldn't see anything. It was pitch black. I couldn't hear anything but faint laughing. That felt like forever. But then the laughing stopped, and the lights turned back on in the basement. And I felt a little bit better with the lights back on. But the downside, I could see a little bit into the storage room. And what I saw has never escaped my mind. I saw a small clown doll in the storage room. And my grandma hates clowns with a passion and absolutely wants nothing to do with them. So why is there a clown doll? I had no idea. Then the lights turned on, and in the storage room, I saw red that looked like blood all over the place. I screamed and blacked out, and the next thing I knew, I was laying on the couch. My grandma was looking at me and asking if I was okay. I have no idea if that was real or a dream, but it sure as hell felt real.